What it is, girl? What's up? Every good girl needs a little thug. Every bad boy needs a little love. I'm gonna attempt to record my makeup routine. I'm not a professional. I haven't been doing my makeup for years. Don't judge me. I take constructive criticism. But other than that, if you don't have nothing to say, shut the F up. I just started doing like a full face of makeup because I'm 24 years old, and how do I not know how to do a full face of makeup? That's kind of sad. I want to be invited to classy events where I have to do like look presentable and look cute, you know, and look classy. And to look like that, I have to learn how to do my makeup. While I do my makeup, I'm gonna tell you the story of how me and my fiance met. It is a juicy one. It is a juicy story. Mom, Dad, if you are watching this, brace yourself. You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like what you're about to hear. I'm trying to run away from my kids. How did these kids came to find me? I love my kids, but sometimes I just need some time to myself. I'm getting ready because we're gonna go to downtown Riverside, and we're gonna go to one of Manny's friends' birthdays. At the time, I was... Oh. Yes. Take them. At the time that I met Manny, I was... Bruh. I'm trying to make a video here. What? I'm chilled. I was 18. I used to work at McDonald's. I was going to college. I was going to college at the time, and I worked at McDonald's. Babe, please. Manny, I think at the time he was like, what, 24? My cousin had a man. So she was like, let's go to a club. Let's go to a club. Like, my man's gonna be there. Come, you know? We should go. I love to dance. So I was like, okay, like, I'll go. We went shopping for dresses. I'm gonna see if I can insert a picture of the dress that I wore right here. This is the fit that I had when I met Manny. If you guys are in the Norco and Riverside area, you guys probably have heard of a club called Mi Hacienda. You guys, that club is a paisa ass club. But I like paisa ass music. I'm paisa AF. I don't look paisa, I look black. I'm both. People be surprised when they see me throwing it down to Mexican music because I look black. To all you mother effers that judge me by the way that I look, we get ready, we go to Mi Hacienda, and it's me, my cousin. I invited a friend. My cousin invited her friend, okay? It's me, my cousin's friend, and my friend. My friend is around my age, and my cousin's friend is around her age. My cousin at the time, she was probably like, what, 28? The club is like 18 and over club. At the time, you guys, I didn't have a license. I didn't have my state. I didn't have nothing. You know what I was going into the clubs with? A passport. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. We're at the club, and then my cousin's man shows up, but my cousin's man shows up with another dude, the other dude being Manny. He didn't say hi to us. Manny was just like minding his business. We were on a table, and my cousin was with her man, and Manny was just standing up. Fast forward a little bit, we're just chilling there watching people dance. I had to turn on the AC because I'm starting to sweat. We're just chilling there. My cousin's man was like, I'm gonna go dance. Who wants to dance with my boy? Now me, I love to dance. Well, you probably don't know me, but I love to dance. Before I was picky with who I wanted to dance with, but as soon as I hit 18, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be a hoe. My cousin's man was like, oh, who wants to dance with my boy? Referring to Manny. And of course, me being, you know, the Yahira that likes to help people out. Oh, me, like, I don't mind dancing with him. I'll go dance. Me and Manny, we danced like suelta, so we danced maybe like it was a zapateado, sin corridos, and this guy's like grinding basically his D up on me, and I'm like, this guy, whatever. Okay, so after we're done dancing, we go to sit down. Remember, my friend, she had a curfew. It was like 10 or 11. Us dancing was the last interaction me and Manny had. So after that dancing, I left to go drop my friend off to her house. My cousin stayed at the club with her friend. That was that for that night. Fast forward, let's say like 3 weeks later, I would work night shifts at that time at McDonald's. Between that 3-week time frame, my cousin was like, Manny wants us to go over to his house, right? And I'm like, Manny, like, who's that, right? She's like, oh, like the guy that you dance with at the club, he wants us to go over. What? That's freaking weird, because when I danced with him, he didn't even talk to me. He didn't holler at me. So I was like, that's weird that he wants me to go over to his house. So I kept declining it. And the third time she told me, she was like, come on, let's just go. Like, you want us to go? Like, come on, let's go, let's go. I was like, okay, fuck it. Like, let's go, whatever. At that time, you guys, my aunt, I lived with my aunt. She did not let me go out. She was very, very strict. The only time I would go out was when I would sneak out. I told my aunt and uncle I had to work overnight today. So they thought I was working this whole time. We get ready. We pick up another friend. This is a different friend from the one that I took to the club. I remember telling like my cousin and my friend before we left, I was like, you guys, like, I want to lose my V card. I want to lose my V card. So like, if I lose my V card today, let's know that it's because I wanted to, right? Our code word was like anything related to Mexican food. So like tamales, frijoles, queso, tortilla, you know, anything. I was like, that's gonna be my code word to be like, I don't want to be in this situation anymore. Fast forward, we arrive at Manny's house. Guys, Manny was out clubbing with my cousin's band. So when they arrived to their house, you guys, they're already like drunk. So they're already drunk. He's like, okay, like, you guys can come in. You have to say this is like my first ever experience out of the house, like wild, you know, because before this I wouldn't do nothing. I think the most I would do was go to the bailes in Mexico, but even there, like, I wouldn't drink, I wouldn't do nothing. At this time I was already drinking and I was smoking, so I wasn't drunk. I wouldn't really drink like that. I would mainly smoke. And as soon as I walk into Manny's house, you guys, it looks like a trap house. Green carpet everywhere. There's an old ass ripped couch in the middle of the living room. The walls are like pink or something. Like, it did not look homey at all. So obviously when I walked in, I was like, oh my god, like, what did I get myself into? Like, you know, I didn't overthink it. I didn't think twice about it. So we're drinking, obviously, we're all talking, we're drinking. I remember my cousin, she leaves with her man. First red flag right there. Like, why would she leave me first of all with someone I didn't know? Yes, I had my friend there, but B, why'd you leave me? We're drinking, my cousin leaves. It's me, my friend Manny's brother, and my cousin's friend, the one that went to the club with us. So Manny was like, oh, how old are you guys? And I was like, oh, we're 24. Mind you, we're 18 at this time.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket.
Oh yeah, we're 24. He's like, 24? You guys do not look 24. I'm 24. That's what Manny said. Like, I'm 24. You guys don't look 24. We're 22. And like, he kind of believed that more than us being 22, because we did look young to be 24. The only reason I didn't want to tell him my real age, you guys, was because I didn't know this dude, and I thought that I was never going to see this dude ever again, you know? I think my intentions, like, in my head, I was like, you know what, if I lose my virginity today, cool. Like, you know, I've been a virgin for 18 years. I want to lose my virginity. And didn't have, like, I didn't do anything in high school because all the guys in high school, ew. But I wanted to lose my V card to some random dude. Like, that's any better. Fast forward, after Manny's like drilling us with questions, music going in the background, like, it was like a little party, you know? It was a vibe. I remember Manny being like, or Manny's brother was like, oh, let's dance, you guys, let's dance. So Manny's brother was dancing with my cousin's friend, and I was dancing with Manny, and my friend was just dancing, like, you know, just by herself. She was just there. So we're dancing, and tell me why this dude pushes me against the wall and he starts kissing me. And you know what, I'm going with the flow of things, so I started kissing him back. Having like a little makeout session in front of everyone. So we go to sit down. Tell me why Manny sits right next to me, right? We're sitting at a table. So it's me and Manny on, it's a table right here, me and Manny on this side of the table, and then the rest of the people that were with us on the other side of the table. So me and Manny were just like by ourselves on this side. I remember at the time, you guys, I was wearing a skirt, some long boots, and I was wearing like a white long sleeve cropped shirt. I look so cute. I always look cute. I don't know what you mean. I remember like thinking to myself, like, you know what, like, I'm gonna use my V card to this dude. Like, I'm gonna do it. I feel wild, I feel extravagant. I sneaked out, like, you know, if I get caught up, might as well be for like a good reason, you know? I don't feel too bad about getting caught sneaking out if like I lose my virginity. Again, you guys, I was 18 at this time. I I don't know why I was thinking this at 18, but yes, I was. We're sitting next to each other. Manny has his hand on my thigh, and slowly I'm like, okay, like scooting Manny's hand like towards, you know, my area up there. I was wearing a skirt, and you guys are gonna find this probably disgusting, but oh, my skirt wasn't that bad. I don't wear underwear. I never like wearing underwear. People always like make fun of me because I don't like wearing underwear, but I don't give a f. That's why you guys have freaking infections down there, because your poop is juicy and you guys be wearing underwear 24/7. Let your breathe. I wasn't wearing underwear, so Manny's like scooting his hand up my thigh, and I'm obviously pushing it up until he's like in there, you know, doing his thing. And I'm just like, he's doing his thing in there. I know, TMI, but he's doing his thing in there. And I'm just kind of like looking at him. He's kind of like looking at me, you know. It's a little juicy down there. And after a while, he's like, oh, let's go to the room. I was like, what I was waiting for. Me and Manny get up, and he's like guiding me to his room, and I look over to my friend, and I kind of give her like a, you know, like, bitch, I'm okay. Like, I want to do this. Details that don't matter, but I'm gonna say either way, you guys, his room did not look like a crackhead room. I'm in the room that me and Manny effed. So we're in here in the room doing our thing, you know, and a couple of like minutes later of us doing our thing, my friend, she like started knocking on the door, and she started using our code words, and she was like, híjole, queso. That's why she was just like going off. She's like, yeah, hi, like, come. I'm in the mood right now, like, girl, what why you knocking? She continues to knock, and then the knocking stops, so I'm just doing my thing with Manny. Guys, a couple of minutes later, I kid you not, my cousin comes banging on the door. Banging, you guys. Like, if someone's dying, she's like, open the door, Yaira. I remember Manny being like, okay, like, you should go, like, talk to them. And I'm like, no, just keep going, like, just keep going, you know, like, ignore them. Manny, I don't know why you listen to me, but he listened to me. We don't open up. And out of nowhere, she's like, open the door, I have a knife. Like, I'm gonna break this door down. Open the door, Yaira. Girl, I opened up the door. You okay? Like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm okay. She was just like, she kind of felt embarrassed, because she was like, oh, like, what the f-? I guess my friend had told her, like, oh, like, Yahaira is in the room with this guy, like, you better come. So my cousin thought that this guy was taking advantage of me, girl. So that's why she was acting all crazy. Me and Manny get changed. I remember Manny was like, oh, like, give me your phone number. He puts his number and he puts his name in my phone, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So I got dressed, and then I remember that night we just left. Got Manny's number, and I remember getting in the car with my cousin and just leaving. At this point, you guys, it was 6 in the morning already. I remember going back home, and I had to sneak back in. My uncle, he was asleep downstairs, so it was so hard to sneak back in, but I did. I sneaked in. We're just like laying down and like kind of like laughing at myself and being like, oh, I experienced that day. So me and Manny, like, we didn't fully do the deed. It's the deed and then before the deed. So we were before the deed. He did put it in. But it was just starting to get good when, like, they interrupted us. I remember laying down and being like, oh my god, I lost my you know, I lost my virginity. This is what I wanted my whole life. I continue with my day. The next day I get up, I go to work, blah blah blah, and then nighttime comes, right? And I'm like, oh, I forgot my weed at this dude's house. I text Manny and I'm like, oh, hey, like, did I leave my weed at your house? And he was like, oh, like, I'm not home right now, I'm at work, but when I'm home I can check. And I was like, oh, okay. He gets home later and he's like, yeah, like, you left it was in the beer box. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, when can I go for it? And I think he was like, oh, you can come for it tonight. So after work I came to get my weed, and Manny was like, oh, like, you should stay for a bit. So we stayed for a bit, we were just talking, and I remember we effed that night too. Ooh, that night, you guys, it was good. That night it was good. At first me and Manny just started to like F buddies. So after, like, we would do the deed, he would take me to go buy food. One vivid, like, memory that I have of me and Manny, like, during that time was before we started taking each other serious. It's a really vivid moment for me because, I don't know, I guess Manny kind of like opened up to me. He was just telling me like, hey dude, like, I have a daughter, and he just told me his situation with his baby mama. He was like, I have a daughter, like, this is what I'm going through, basically. He's like, and I'm just telling you this because I want to get to know you. He's like, I know you're young and I just don't want you to feel like you have to stay here with me, I guess you could say. It was a very special moment for me because we were like opening up to each other. He was opening up to me. You guys, Drake was playing in the background, you know. I felt good. I was having a good time with him. The beginning that I met Manny, you guys, not when we were effing, but like after I got to know him more and I was like getting more comfortable around with him, instantly, you guys, felt safe in his presence. You know, I felt comfortable with him right away. I think because him opening up to me, him being straight up to me, just telling me how it is. I had asked Manny, like, okay, like what is this, you know? And he was just like, you know what, like, I'm not looking for anything serious right now. Like, I just want to go with the flow. I was like, okay, cool. You know, I was young at the time. I think around that time too, I had moved. I was living in Corona. I moved to Santana with another aunt, and that aunt, she did give me a little bit more liberty than my other aunt, so I was able to see Manny more often. I didn't have a car at that time, so he would go pick me up from Santana, go drop me off. You guys, Manny didn't ask me out. I'm embarrassed to say, girls, don't let a man do this to you. I got lucky with my man, and he has good intentions. He's never taken advantage of me or my situation or just anything. At least that's how I feel. I feel like everything that I've been through with Manny has been very genuine, but it's not always like that. So be careful with the men that you be talking to, you know? They're not all like that. Some men are some pieces of ish. I always felt super comfortable with Manny. One time specifically, oh my god, am I being too comfortable? Like, we showered. This was literally me like showering and changing. Let me show you guys. I would get the camera and be like literally like this but naked, you know what, in front of him. I didn't feel judged by him. I think he just let me be my normal self, and he accepted my normal self. Like, and even to like this day, guys, I feel so comfortable with Manny. We've been together for how many years? Like, about to be, babe, are we gonna be 6 years or 5? 6 years still feels like puppy love to me, you know? It still feels like super exciting, super cool. Like, I got super lucky, and I found a partner that can be my friend at the same time. I moved in with Manny, truthfully, you guys, like right away. I think I was living with my aunt for like maybe like a year, and I remember Manny would help me look for apartments out here and look for like housing, and I just couldn't find anything that I liked or that looked safe. And out of nowhere, Manny was like, why don't you just move in with me? COVID had started, and I was with Manny every single day. I would work at Chick-fil-A, and my shifts were 6 to 2 p.m. And right after work, I would take like, extra clothes in my car already, and I would just drive to Manny's house after work, all the way from Orange County to Santana. I did not care to sit in traffic, but that's just how comfortable I felt with Manny. How comfortable, how safe I felt with him. Like, I just wanted to be with him 24/7. Manny would work construction at that time. I was 7, you guys. I would wait for him to come out of work, and I would go home every day, probably like at 2 3 in the morning, sleep for like 2 hours, and then do it all over again for like a while. I did that maybe for like months, until he was like, just move in with me. Guys, when I moved in with him, my mom was pissed. In between this whole process, you guys, me and my mom's relationship was really rocky because she had found out I smoked weed. She found out I was fucking already. She found out like all these new things about me that she was kind of like shocked. I was in my little rebel stage, so at that time I didn't like people telling me anything. I didn't want to hear no one's opinion. So honestly, I didn't even ask no one for permission when I moved out with Manny. I packed my bags one night. I remember my aunt that I was living with, she found me packing my bags, and she was like, what are you doing? That's how I moved out. Moved in with Manny. And ever since I moved in with Manny, guys, life has been good. Slowly but surely, I feel like I've been finding myself again. I think after high school, I went through like a little stage where I kind of fell into depression. I moved in with Manny, guys. That's when my depression, it peaked. It's just my depression, my trauma, my baggage that I had in Manny. This is why I'm so thankful for my Manny, guys, because through all my baggage that I brought, he still like loved me through it. Manny saw me at my worst, and he's gonna see me at my freaking best. And me and Manny met at the club November 17th. That's the day he asked me to be his girlfriend. It took him forever to ask me out. He like introduced me to his parents before his dad before he asked me out. Like, I was already hanging out with his family before he asked me out. Like, I knew everyone in his family, and he still had not asked me out. Only reason he kind of like asked me out was because I told him, like, what the fuck do you think you're gonna ask me out? I want to be asked out. He's like, you're already my girlfriend. I'm like, excuse me? You never asked me. And that's the only reason he asked me out. He claims it's because he like already considered me his girlfriend. As a girl, this goes for all the guys, if the guys are watching this, As a girl, we like to be asked out. We like the little details. That is how me and Manny met. You guys, now me and Manny he proposed to me. Look, I forgive him now for asking me out late to be his girlfriend, because you see that? You see that? You see that rock on my finger? That rock. When me and Manny moved in, we did have our fights, you guys. We had a lot of respect for each other, so we weren't like toxic. Obviously, every couple fights because every couple disagrees, because we're human and we're two completely different persons. But we never had no serious fights, like toxic fights. We met, you guys, and now we have 2 kids together, a dog. I'm a stepmother. We're slowly but surely building our dream life together. Well, let me tell you guys how Manny asked me out. He got me a ramo buchon. When he asked me out, I remember I had printed out a picture, my favorite picture of us. I'm gonna put it right here. I had printed out this picture, put it in a frame. I had a little teddy bear. I had made dinner, and I was waiting for him to come home. It was our anniversary, you know? Anniversary of when we met. We have already been dating for 2 years. So Manny walked in with a ramo buchon. I think he had like wine. He was playing like a song on his phone. So cute, so romantic. Oh, it was a sign that said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" It was a sign, the roses, and then I think he got me a bottle of wine and the poster that says, "Will you be my girlfriend?" Asked me out. Obviously, I said yes. I was so geeked. I was so happy. I was like, finally. I remember, like, jokingly, I had told Manny one day, I was like, he would always tell me, like, I'm gonna marry you, like, I'm gonna marry you. I would never believe it, because I'm like, you haven't asked me out and you're just telling about marriage? Like, what the hell? I'm like, this guy's lying. He's a liar. And dude was not lying, you guys. Damien was probably like a couple of months old. He wasn't even 1, and he proposed to me in Rosarito and got me a 4-carat ring. Yep, because I had told him one time, take, let's say, 5 years to propose, you better give me a 5-carat ring. It took him 3.5 years to propose, and he got me a 4-carat ring. Boom. Beautiful. And Manny have a 6-year difference. Right now he's 30, I'm 24. When I told Manny my real age, I was super scared. I remember I told him on my 19th birthday. I met him in November. I turned 19 in January, and I remember he's like, "Oh, what do you want to do for your birthday?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm trying to do nothing for my birthday." Where I lived, they never celebrated birthdays, so I just got used to never celebrating my birthday. He found that weird, and then he asked me, he's like, "Oh, how old are you gonna turn again, by the way?" And I was like, "Oh, 19." And he was like kind of shocked, and you could tell by his face that he was kind of upset that I didn't tell him my real age. But I remember talking with him and being like, "Oh, like, are you mad?" And I remember him telling me like, "No, I think I'm more mad at the fact that you lied to me." And I remember for like a while that was a little insecurity of me. I did not introduce Manny to my parents until like I got pregnant. And it wasn't because like I was ashamed of him or anything, but like I said, me and my mom mostly had a little like rocky relationship. I stopped talking to my mom for maybe like a year or 2. Really like completely ghosted her. I felt like she wasn't like, I'm sorry mom, but I'm gonna say it. I felt like she wasn't there for me like she should have. So I kind of felt abandoned by my mom. So that's why I made that decision to be like, you know what? F my mom. I think the only person I would talk to was my sister. Even when I moved in with Manny, guys, I cut everyone off. Like to this day, I don't talk to no family members. I told Manny that I loved him before he told me, you guys. And this man, you know what he said? He said, "I can't say I love you because it's not true." Guys, that broke my heart. I knew, like, I really liked this man, and I loved him. When I told him that I loved him, he didn't tell me back. That broke my mother effing heart. He told me, like, I don't want to say I love you and not mean it. Like, when I'm ready to tell you I love you, I'll be ready to tell you I love you. And he eventually did. We went to a party together. Went to my cousin Yismar's party. Shout out to Yismar. And I remember that night, Manny told me he loved me. That's the story on how me and Manny met. Hopefully I didn't miss any juicy details. And hopefully the story isn't all over the place, you guys. I don't remember a lot from back then because I did smoke a lot. Part of my life, like when I met Manny too, I was going through a lot mentally, so I think my brain kind of blocked a lot of memories from that era. But slowly but surely I'm gonna start remembering them. I love myself now. I feel like I'm lucky. I love my man. I love the family that we're creating. You guys, just wait for more is coming from us. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the final makeup look and hairstyle. Let me see. 360. Woo-hoo. I finished just in time. I had to be ready by 6. It's 6:05. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me if you guys would like a story time with Manny being here, so you guys can hear both of our sides of the story. Thank you guys so much for watching.